All right. Hi, guys. It's Tarot and Beyond. And today's reading, Spirit gave the inspiration or the topic of the bridge to the other side. So I was kind of sitting there, haven't filmed a reading in a while, just been working on a lot of stuff behind the scenes and wasn't sure what the topic should be. And I heard bridge to the other side. So that's what we're going to be looking at today. Not 100% sure what this is going to be referring to. It could be the bridge to the other side of what you want, taking a leap of faith, getting across the chasm of potential of where it feels like things are intangible. Or this could even be talking about the bridge to the other side, connecting with the multidimensional realms, connecting with your higher self, or possibly even all of the above and how those things fit together. So we've got the three options here today. Group 1, 2, and 3 timestamps are below, or you can use the chapters to skip ahead to your chosen reading or readings. If you feel called to more than one, you can for sure watch more than one. You can watch them all if you want to and just see what messages resonate with you. Sometimes what I even do is I'll choose one that Spirit's calling me to, and then I'll watch them all to see how they differ or to see how the messages in the one that I was guided to stand out, especially if you're not sure or your intuition is not being clear. All right, that being said, take the messages that do resonate with you and leave the rest, as these are general readings, and we will see you in your readings. All right, hi group number 1, welcome to your reading. You chose this particular card. Let's find out what it is. Okay, 9 of Pentacles. We're off to a great start. So 9 of Pentacles here in regard to the bridge to the other side feels like this is talking about your wealth. This is talking about you getting to this level of opulence where you feel luxurious enough to be able to slow down, take in the sights. I'm hearing, take in the sights. This could even be about, they're showing me somebody touring around a city. So this could even be about travel. I don't normally get that from the 9 of Pentacles, but that's what I'm being shown. Something about travel. So it could have to do with you having the money, the resources, the time, the energy, whatever it is you need to be able to do what you want to do. They keep saying take the time. So something about having the time. I am hearing dedication as well. Previous dedication, the 9 energy here, talking about things that you've done in the past, or energy that you've been dedicated to. Oh, not this one? Okay. So we're going to go in with a different, I didn't plan out the decks we're going to use today. I just kind of grabbed this one because that was the significator, but they're telling me no on that. So let's do this one instead, Energy Oracle. So what does group number 1 need to know about bridging the gap here? Getting into this level of luxury. The Garden and the Gate. Wow, okay. So it's interesting because in the 9 of Pentacles, she's in the garden. She's in this beautiful garden. She has everything that she needs. She's able to slow down and enjoy. But with this Garden in the Gate, this is actually talking about getting outside the garden, exploring. And that's what they were showing me, was somebody going and touring around. So it's like kind of getting outside your comfort zone, bridge to the other side, literally like getting outside of the comfort zone, going somewhere that you've never been before. Bridging the gap from one place to another physically. And feeling comfortable. I'm getting the energy of comfortability, feeling comfortable to be able to do that, feeling safe, feeling secure, feeling like you have what you need to be able to do that. Very interesting. Group number 1. Action, taking action to do that, to implement, to get it. It just feels like out somewhere or doing something. Yeah. I'm really curious about this message for you, group 1. Let's keep going. Where are you going, or what are you doing? The Temple Path. So this, it may feel like a fun vacation or something like that, but really what this is actually about at soul level is like a pilgrimage. It's a spiritual pilgrimage of sorts. And it doesn't mean that you have to be going to these sacred sites. It's more like you getting outside of your comfort zone, taking action, feeling luxurious and abundant to be able to do so is the spiritual path in and of itself. So it's the whole point I'm hearing. It's the whole point. Okay, let me see what cards we're going to go into next. I do feel these ones. Okay. We're just doing freestyles. I mean, that's usually how I go about things anyway. So this could be about not restricting yourself too, like letting yourself be free to select what feels right in the moment, not necessarily even planning ahead, although sometimes with vacations or travel, you do have to do some level of planning. But I think there's the bridge can also talk about uniting these two sides. Like maybe there's the safety and security, the resources you need to plan to do what you want to do, and then the experience of kind of like letting yourself roam or be free or to explore or expand. Confidence. Yeah, because it's you feeling confident. The horse is standing out to me, and you do have the horses here too. So this is talking about action, and I keep hearing previous action. So things that you've actually done in the past are coming up here are of significance, group 1. What are those actions that they've taken, Spirit? I heard the willingness to be bold, trying something new, doing things in a different way. That is the bridge. And it's like you've already built it. It's there. The bridge is there energetically. Now all you need to do is go across it. Yeah. This definitely feels confident. Obedience. You know, the horse also makes me think, like these ones are wild and free. I mean, they're technically within this gated area, but they don't have any saddles on and they're free to roam. This is gated here. So it's kind of like, are you confident in yourself enough to be able to roam free or let yourself roam free without restrictions, I'm hearing? Whether these are mental restrictions, obligations with work, financial lack, like the mentality of that, not necessarily even the physicality of that, although it will depend on your situation. But there's something here about having the confidence to be free. This is really what it boils down to. And getting outside of the comfort zone means not being obedient to that energy of, I'm hearing hesitation, settling for less, I'm hearing lackluster, invisible. This could even talk about you being seen too, being willing to be seen. If it's not literal travel, this could be about you getting outside of your comfort zone in terms of visibility. Being out in the world could translate symbolically to you actually just being more visible to other people and having the confidence to express yourself. Peacock here, you know, being able to show up, getting outside of that comfort zone, being free. I keep hearing this is very much about being free. I feel those 2 cards. We'll take those. Choices. So you have some choices here to make. I did hear have made. Okay, so there's some choices you have made already about this, group number 1. It's part of your spiritual path. I just heard that. And it's the light and dark here. Look, you've got white, black. So it's these dualistic style choices. But in this one, obedience, she's got sort of like justice here. She's blindfolded. She's got the scales. So you've managed to harmonize something or bring balance to something within yourself or within your choices and how that relates to your actions. Increasing your confidence to be able to choose what feels aligned with you in the moment or what feels the most growth oriented because it's connected to your spiritual path. And the grove. Wow. Okay. So you've got the garden and the gate, the 9 of Pentacles, which is like in the garden, and then you've got the grove. Whoa. Group number 1. You're meant to live in luxury, I gotta say. Whatever that means for you. For one person, that's going to be living in like a multi-million-dollar mansion and taking jets and going on yachts and whatever. For someone else, living the life of luxury is a beautiful homestead cottage surrounded in ivy and flowers and lush forests. And to somebody else, it's living in the desert and being able to go out into the sun every day and soak it up. It varies from person to person. So I'm seeing you kind of identifying what you want. I think that's like the whole point of this grove or this garden, is for you to be able to see what you want and why you want it, to make that part of you visible, and to take action to get what you want. Like, this is what we're talking about here, bridging the gap. Yeah, we're going to go in with these cards. I didn't intend for this to be an all oracle reading, but that seems to be what we're doing here. Oracle cards. Yang. The action, that is yang energy. The duality of masculine and feminine in the polarity, the black is the feminine. So you're balancing out or harmonizing masculine and feminine polarity within yourself. This could even be a desire to have a relationship with somebody, bridging the gap and having the confidence to get outside your comfort zone and connect, making the choices you need to make to be able to harmonize with someone else, being flexible. Yet I do feel like this is part of this, right? It's like having the flexibility to be able to, I'm hearing go both ways. Okay. That could be like a sexual reference, but I'm hearing more like, or the way that it feels to me anyway, is more like being able to embrace the feminine and the masculine polarity. So being able to be comfortable slowing down, receiving, feeling, and then also being comfortable taking action. And that's kind of what I was talking about before with the whole like example of going traveling and having a plan, right? You have to have some level of a plan when you're traveling. You could book tickets and things like that. But then once you're there, giving yourself sort of like the free rein to be able to roam or go where you want to go, that's more of the feminine intuitive side, just kind of going with what you feel in the moment instead of structuring every single step. So it's literally both. It's both. Oh, I lost that card. It was in there. I saw it, but if it wants to come out, it'll come out. Higher power. This feels like a choice to take action and to use your higher power. There's a lot here to do with the comfort zone. 1221 just stood out to me. Got to mention that. So a lot here to do with your higher power, your ability to access what feels right for you and to take action on that. I keep hearing the word harmonize. A leg up. I'm hearing something about the bridge to the other side being built. Built on what? I heard the willingness to make moves, and they said split the deck. A change in the wind. And the number 12 again. Yeah, something about 12, 21, ones and twos being significant. But the change in the wind, that's what I was getting. It's like the willingness to do things differently. To try. Time to go. On the bottom, it's time to go on a trip. It's time to get outside that comfort zone. It's time to explore. It's time to connect to the balance within you, to be flexible with these two energies, masculine and feminine. That's what's going to be like the pivotal factor in you getting to the other side of what it is that you desire here. Your higher power is giving you a leg up. So it's like the more that you choose of your own free will to walk this spiritual path, to harmonize these dualities within yourself, to take action and also to receive and also to slow down and also to feel, the more you, I feel like the more power you have, and I'm seeing this energy sort of like ramping up inside you. And that's what leads to this sense of confidence where you're no longer obeying the status quo, you're obeying your higher power. So you're no longer a subject of the external world and what it dictates you should do, or what other people dictate you should do, or whatever. You're doing what you want. Or rather, what feels right for you. It's not even about want. It's not even about desire. It's just what feels right for you and what is ultimately helping you to grow at soul level. Because this is like the whole point of this. You're not meant to just live a life to live a life. You're here for a reason. You're here to experience. You're here to explore. You're here to learn. You're here to have a time as a human being where you get to explore what it means to be human at the same time as understanding who you are at a soul level and what that means. The invisible realms, there's something about that as well, like the unseen realms, the higher power hidden in the unseen realms, and coming through to bring your awareness to something here. Something in this grove. Oh, you know what they just showed me? The scene from The Land Before Time, which is a movie from like the 80s or 90s when I grew up. And it's about dinosaurs, and they're looking for, they're going through like this mass extinction situation. And they go on this quest looking for this mystical grove where there's still trees and there's still food and it's lush and beautiful. It's like an oasis. So there's something here about going on a quest, this temple path, either literally, metaphorically, or both, because sometimes it's both, to access this well within, or this oasis that gives you life in one way, shape, or form. And it rejuvenates. The yang energy does rejuvenate, inspires you to take action, gets you moving. So it feels like you're kind of about to go on a quest, or you've laid the groundwork for this quest, group number one, and it's going to be exciting. I gotta say, like, I'm feeling like it's gonna feel beautiful. I think you've already kind of been through the challenges leading up to this. Like, I don't get the sense that whatever this leg of the journey is, pun intended, that it's going to be challenging or difficult. I feel like you've already laid the groundwork for that. You've already done that. You've already been through the challenges, the restrictions, the fear, the shadow stuff. I feel like you've done, most of you anyway in this group have already done the bulk of the work here. And this leg of the journey is going to be more so about you being free to explore and actually getting to, I'm hearing the word enhance, but I was going to say actually getting the opportunity to use this level of flexibility that you've developed and to see how powerful that is. Yeah. I also see that you have a lot of help in the unseen realms. I was kind of mentioning that before, like with your higher power, but I see that the bridge to the other side is also your connection to spirit in general and all of the spiritual support that is there for you, especially when you participate with that energy actively and consciously. When you take action that is coming from this higher place, you're not operating from the ego as much, I'm hearing. You're operating from the higher self, or you're operating from the soul. And the choices you're making being aligned with that will put you in line with the resources you need energetically, spiritually, the support you need to be able to guide you. So I'm seeing things working out for you kind of every step you take, because you're getting additional backup, like you have support on the other side that's telling you go left here, go right here, do this, do that, because it's what you've aligned yourself to. They're going to make you, they're going to make you, no, not make you. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do, but they're going to help you make decisions. Whereas in the past, I think maybe you made decisions out of obligation. That's the obedience energy. Feeling like you had to do things a certain way to get a certain result. And I'm seeing you being more flexible now with what you believe is possible. This is also the bridge to the other side. It's like your belief in what is possible, your belief in yourself. And what's coming to mind is actually a line from a different card that's not even here on the table, but I'm seeing it clairvoyantly in my mind. And I think it's from like one of the angel decks or something. And it talks about if your confidence in yourself wavers, at least have confidence in God or the universe or source, whatever non-denominational term you want to use, your higher self. Have confidence in that, because that will instill the confidence that you need within yourself to be able to pursue this path, to be able to walk this temple path, this sacred holy right. I'm hearing your sacred holy right. And the more you are aligned with that, obedient and surrendered to your higher self, the more actually empowered you are. It's a paradox. It's like you surrender, but then you get more power because it's your authentic self rather than your ego kind of butting heads. You know, these two horses are going in the same direction if we're looking at it as like the soul and the ego. They need to be going in that same direction. It's giving me chariot energy, the chariot in the tarot. And that's what leads to your success. And that's how you get ahead in life, is what I'm hearing. Yeah, you will get ahead in life. In what it is you desire manifesting, it's going to be there. I can see that clearly. A new home. I'm hearing something about vehicles could be significant. The chariot, travel, obviously. Your spiritual development path leading you to this oasis within. It's all the external stuff is really just a reflection of, she's looking in the mirror here. It's a reflection of what's actually being developed on the inside. It's the confidence in your soul, I'm hearing. And so when you start to see things manifesting in the outside, you can kind of take that at face value in terms of what you've been able to do on the inside. It's not always going to be a direct reflection for everyone. It really depends on your circumstances and context. But in this group, if you were drawn here, it's going to start reflecting back. And the bridge between what was going on inside you and what was going on or manifesting outside of you is going to, it's connected now. It's not like this chasm where you're experiencing emotionally or spiritually alignment, but then you're not seeing that outside of you because there was still stuff that needed to be reconciled or there was still stuff that needed to be dealt with. And I'm seeing the bridge coming together now so that there's a connection here between the inner and outer. And it's the mirror is going to become clearer, they're saying. More immediate. Especially as you surrender to this higher power, walk that path. I'm hearing walk that path. Okay, group one, I think that's everything that Spirit wanted to bring through. So, take what resonates, leave the rest in this message, but it does feel like you are on a sacred rite of passage to the other side of this bridge to get to this new level of your comfort zone through the confidence that you've built working directly with Spirit. All right, guys, I'm sending you lots of love. I hope this reading was helpful. If you guys are looking for more in-depth information, I do have personal readings available for a limited time. Not sure how long we're going to keep those open. Spirit told me to put them up as an offer, so I'm doing as I'm told. But I never know how long I'm going to be offering certain things and or whatever it is. But if you see this and it's still up on the website, the link is in the description box below. You can book a 20-minute or a 45-minute reading with me. And if you want to dive deeper here on the channel, we also have memberships available, which gives you access to 2 different tiers of options with ad-free pick a card readings and live streams with me, where we channel downloads of information from Spirit. It's for the deep dive spiritualists. And if you're into that, and if you're wanting to go a little deeper with your spiritual development, that's the place for you. That's the Soul Family tier. Soul Tribe gives you access to all the weekly and the cache of all of the previous pick a card readings that are there. Okay, guys, I'm sending you lots and lots of love, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right. Hi, group number 2. Welcome to your reading. You chose this card. Let's see what it is. The 10 of Pentacles. No freaking way. Okay. I'm just a little blown away because group 1 had the 9 of Pentacles as their significator. You guys have the 10. That was not obviously intentional, but there's a lot of wealth here. Okay. Yeah, right away, group number 1, I feel like there's a level of stability in the soul matrix. This is a very specific message, but if you were drawn to this group, there's a level of stability in your soul matrix that is developing right now, or that's developing right now. It's happening as we speak, they're showing me. And they're showing me the tree of life, but it's not a 10 tree of life, it's 12 tree of life. Okay, now we're going to go into some more cards, but actually what Spirit is directing me to is the tarot for you guys. So let's take a look at what's going on here for group number 2. What do they need to know here about bridging the gap? 4 of Pentacles. 111 on the recording time. So he was trapped in a prison. I feel like you were kind of stuck and he's in the castle. Look, it's the castle here. Something about the castle could be significant symbolism around that. It feels like you were trapped in something for a while. Castles also make me think of protection, like having your ooh, I heard force field. And there's somebody like mowing or doing something outside. I don't know if the mic's if that's picking it up. Sorry if it is, but it's like there's something that was like aggressive around you and you've had to protect yourself, or you're building that protection. 9 of Swords. It could have been like psychic attacks and stuff. So it feels like group number 2, if you were drawn to this one, we're doing a deep dive spiritual reading here. Yeah, you were trapped in, I'm hearing barriers of the mind, stuff to do with the psychic realm. Spiritual attacks. I did just hear that. Ace of Wands. And you've been building up your resources. This could even show up financially, but I'm seeing a lot of the resources you're building up are actually in the like the psychic realm or the spiritual realm. It's in your soul matrix. They keep saying the soul matrix. So there's new levels of directed will, power, energy at the soul level, that vital force energy. Yeah, I heard that. Vital force energy that you have access to. I'm hearing tapping into. That you're tapping into. Manifesting. 5 of Pentacles. And they're showing me a moat around the castle. Clairvoyantly, in my mind, they're just showing me the moat. It's like a barrier of protection. But they're showing me this moat that has all this weird, gross stuff in it, like tar and like weird monster thingies. What is that? Oh, that's that 9 of Swords energy. It's outside of you. It can't come in. It's like when you have that energetic barrier up, that negative energy can't come in. All the miasma or the dross or the collective crap or the lower vibrational astral things or the fears or the scarcity, the lack. Abandonment wounds. I just heard something about that. They're showing me having like half of 10 is 5. So something like being cut in half or severed. And we're talking about bridging the gap here. So you've been able to reconnect with this version of yourself. I didn't mean to say that. Okay, that's channeling out. This version of yourself. 4 of Wands. And that castle in the background again. Feels like the stability is coming in here because you do have these 2 4s, and the 4s are like the foundation. It's the strength. They just showed me Minas Tirith in Lord of the Rings. So something about like fortification, having those walls fortified, having a very stronghold, literally a stronghold of the soul. Stability. Page of Wands. The Wands energy here, Ace and Page, it feels like directed will. It feels like the power to be able to move the energy through you freely. And what they're showing me now is like inside the castle walls, there's a bustling market. And there's different tiers or hierarchies within. So there's like the market square. There's all the people moving around there doing their exchanges. And then up above that, there's like I guess like the tradesmen or like the higher ups. And then up above that, there's like the king's court. So there's something about hierarchy. There's something about the lifeblood. I'm hearing lifeblood of a place, the energy moving through. This is a very symbolic reading. This is highly encoded. Yeah. 2 of Wands. Salamander. Something about the symbolism of the salamander is significant for you, group number 2. And that's wand energy, that's fire energy. Defenses. I'd heard something about defenses, defending your territory. The Emperor, yeah. So being in a position of power here, strength, fortification. They keep giving me the word fortified. So it's like you're going from some level of weakness, or like there were cracks in the system, and you're bridging the gap, getting to the other side where they're showing me the drawbridge closing so that nothing can get across to you. Now they're showing me the movie Shrek when Gingy, like the giant gingerbread guy, tries to go in. He can't get past the barrier and he ends up in the moat. So there's something about the moat, the drawbridge, and the castle walls, and what that represents spiritually. The Five of Cups. Ooh, I heard catastrophe. Catastrophizing. They corrected me. Thank you, Spirit. Catastrophizing. So this could be about, oh, right, the Nine of Swords. It's like mental, I heard mental dance. The mental dance of negative thoughts, or the infiltration into your mind of negative thoughts. I talk about this in a lot of different readings. Our minds are like satellite dishes where we send signals, we receive signals as well. And we have to be discerning about what frequency we're tuned into, what we're receiving, what we're letting in, because not all your thoughts are your own. And the way that the dish is calibrated can affect what kind of thoughts you're tuning into. So mental health, like physical brain, how it's wired, and also your spiritual sensors. Like they're showing me the crown chakra right now and third eye, but I'm specifically seeing the crown chakra and how that's plugged in, or how that's connected to the higher realms, or how that's connected to your soul matrix. Again, they're bringing me back to the beginning with the soul matrix here. The Catheric template, they're saying something about Catheric. I know etheric. What is Catheric? I'm hearing Sephiroth. I don't even know what that means. I'll have to look that up. But there's something about like the catastrophizing was these enemy forces infiltrating the walls. They keep showing me all of these examples of castles. They just showed me the orcs in Lord of the Rings when they're attacking the city, and they try to like blow a hole through the sewer grate. So it's kind of like there were these areas of weakness or weak spots where the negative energy, or the negative thoughts, or the negative astral entities, or whatever it was, psychic attacks could get in. And they're giving me the word fortification again. So this is you bridging the gap. Group number 2 is creating this fortification in the spiritual realm, in the mental realm. Actually, it's like the bridge between those two, right? Bridge. This is what we're talking about, the bridge. So it's the bridge between those two. Ace of Cups. And I love that you have 2 aces here and a 10. You know, you've got the beginning of something really beautiful here. 2 of Cups. Connecting with the right people could be part of this too, because I do feel, group number 2. No, I want this one. The Hermit. I was just going to say, because I do feel like a lot of this you're doing behind the scenes, behind closed doors within yourself. That's 9 energy. Like you've been in the castle walls. You've been kind of like built yourself into this security, which I don't think is a bad thing. But there's something about maybe letting the right people in, or being able to work with people in a different way. Page of Pentacles too. 2 different shaped castles here. I'm hearing something about having your own place, and I was seeing the Emperor here kind of sitting out in the wilderness. He's not in the castle. Interesting. And so is the Hermit. So maybe this is about finding safety, or creating safety, feeling safe wherever you are, wherever you happen to be. You don't necessarily need a castle, which could refer to your home, or metaphysically to your body even, to feel safe and secure. They keep saying something about the soul matrix. And it's like this grid pattern of the soul that they're showing me. I did hear, whoa, ooh, okay. That just like hit me right in the face almost energetically. I don't know how to describe. Sometimes when I'm reading, it's like very visceral. And I heard something about fire warding. Fire warding. Warding. So I think that's to do with like protection. Interesting. What is this group number 2? This is fascinating reading. Okay, so there's some healing here that's happening in the heart. I feel like that's the central point. It's like what opens or closes the door, they're showing me. And they're showing me that drawbridge again. So it's like the heart chakra is kind of like where you get to choose who comes in or who doesn't. Yeah, it's the drawbridge, and having boundaries, you can let people in. But you kind of have to have like gatekeepers, who are vetting people at the gate. Like, who are you? Why are you coming here? That kind of boundaries. And it's the same thing with your thoughts, but specifically right now they're wanting me to talk about people. Oh, because certain people, if you let them into your space, your energy, your life, you start to absorb their thoughts. And if somebody is a catastrophizer or somebody has some kind of, I am hearing ulterior motive, or they're coming from lack or scarcity, or they've got some kind of wounding, it doesn't mean that you can't be around them. It doesn't mean that you have to completely I'm hearing ex-nay. Oh, this could be like an ex even. It doesn't mean that you have to extricate them from your life entirely, cast them out, whatever. There's something about an abandonment wound here, because they're bringing me back to that again. But it's like you just need to fortify your internal boundaries, or your soul. They keep saying soul matrix, and I'm not sure how this connects or correlates or what that is about, but I kind of do. I guess it's just like having a strong sense of spiritual self, being connected to your soul, having your soul matrix be in integrity or in alignment, energetically, everything's in order. And then that creates that security. They're showing me those weak spots again. So shoring up any areas that are weak, so that even if there is an attacker, or even if there is maybe even somebody who doesn't necessarily have bad intentions but isn't good for you, they can stay on the outside. They can be right there and not have any impact on you, because you're behind the fortification. You're behind the walls. You've warded yourself. Fire warding, they did mention that. They're showing me that again. So something about having these barriers of protection. Yeah. Heart-centered focus is important here. Connections are important here. So even like having the right people. Yeah, the right people can help you to fortify. Oh, okay. So you don't have to go it all alone. There's a certain level of this that the soul level development does require you to do a lot of introspection, I'm hearing the words soul searching, doing a lot of soul searching, which can be a solitary focused task. But when you come to this bridge, which is what we're talking about here, the bridge, in this case, it's being able to unite with the right people that actually help to fortify. And they're showing me an army on the inside. And when your soul matrix, because you've done all this work on yourself, is strong and in integrity, you naturally align to the right soul level. I'm hearing soulmate connections, soul tribe, soul family, soul connections of all kinds that are, in this case, beneficial, fortifying. That's like the theme word of your reading group number two, fortify or fortification. Let that be your mantra, I just heard. Yeah, that's what you're doing here. And creating that stability is going to be really helpful in shoring up the gaps, closing up the holes, any vulnerabilities, any areas where things were a little bit weaker in certain spots. Like you could have this massive, huge fortified wall, but then there was this little like drain underneath, and that just needed to be, it's like backdoor access. You needed to see where that was. And maybe it was those people who didn't have good intentions that actually showed you that and helped you to go in and make improvements. So you can kind of thank those people for that in a way, I guess, or at least that maybe that's part of the forgiveness process. That could be part of the fortification as well, because we're talking about heart center here being kind of like the drawbridge. They're showing me the moat getting cleaned out. And they're showing me that moat around the head. And it's almost like instead of having an aura around the head that was like a halo, like a white light or a brighter sort of light around the head, it was dark and murky around the top of the head. That's what they're showing me. And it's kind of like negative thoughts were spiraling or circling there. I've seen that clairvoyantly in people. I used to do a lot of energy healing work for people, and I would see stuff like that in their energy field, in their auric field. Lots of times it would be around the head, but sometimes it could be elsewhere in the body. And when I saw that kind of thing, which they're showing me now, I would be like, okay, there's some negative thoughts going on here. Either you're absorbing them from other people, or they're already existing there and you're just attracting more, or both. In most cases, it's both. Because there's a reason, right? There's a reason that there's a magnetization of that energy, and needing to get to the root of why, needing to get to the root of, so that you can fortify and create energetic strength, spiritual strength in your, in this case, upper chakra, crown chakra, in the mind, in no, they're telling me it's not just mind. They keep saying bridging it's the mind and the soul and how those two fit together. Right. And they're saying it was to do with an abandonment wound. So the stronger you fortify your relationship with self, meaning that you're not abandoning any part of you, including the Trinity, the mind, body, soul complex. Having those three parts, none of which are abandoned or disconnected from each other. You bridge the gap between those three parts. You unify, it comes into harmony, into wholeness. That's what fortifies and shores up the gaps. Yeah, and they're showing me the strengthening of the auric field. They're showing me the dispelling of that mental distortion up in the crown area. And then they're showing me the auric field expanding out and becoming much, much stronger, more vibrant too. And it's like the light body, basically. This is what we're talking about here. The light body is building out. Yes, this is the bridge that you are creating, building, that you've been building, that you are on right now. You're like smack in the middle of it, group number 2. And the right people are coming with you, and the wrong people are being kind of like pushed to the outskirts. So they're not like all the way out, but they're out. They're moving further away energetically. They have less influence. That's what Spirit just said. They have less influence on you. So you don't have to worry quite so much about, oh, this negative person in my work is, I can't do anything to defend myself. No, you don't need to, because your energy just does that for you. And your job is just to stay in your integrity, and that's it. And then you're safe and protected from the inside out. In the beginning stages, you may have had to physically distance yourself from people that were of a negative influence like that. But what they were really doing was just showing you where those holes in the system were, and taking some time to be able to address that. It was the result of that exchange or those exchanges. And then from there, you build out this fortification from the inside, and then nothing can get in unless you say so, unless you let that in, it's your will at that point. Yeah, much stronger, much more stable, and feeling a sense of harmony and connection, true connection to the right people, because you're in your sovereignty. This is like God's sovereign freedom. And the meeting of the minds, I'm hearing something about meeting of the minds with the right people who, again, they help you to defend what is your safety, The right people will help support your boundaries. They will not only honor your boundaries, but they'll help to support them rather than break them down. Okay, group number 2, I think that's the message from Spirit here. They wanted to talk to you about your soul matrix, your relationships, and the strength of your spirituality and your mind, and how those two come together here with your personal power. So I'm sending you lots and lots of love, and I hope this reading was helpful. Just take what messages resonate and leave the rest. If you guys are looking for more detailed personal information, I do temporarily have readings available for you. They're video recorded readings, which you can purchase through my website, which is linked in the description box below. There's 20-minute and 45-minute options. And if you want to dive deeper here on the channel, I also have memberships available. Members of the Soul Tribe get access to weekly readings and the cache of all the previous pick a card readings that I've done for the members on that side of the channel, ad free. And then the Soul Family members get that plus the monthly live streams with me, where we do channeled downloads, channeled messages from Spirit, activations, energy healing as a much smaller group. And it's more of a deep dive into the spiritual development of the soul. So if you guys are interested in any of that, you can check out the information in the description box. And I hope to see you in the next reading. Sending you lots of love. Bye. All right. Hi, group number 3. Welcome to your reading. You chose this card. Let's find out what it is. 5 of Wands. The first thing I saw was the fiery lion head right in the center here. So there's something about fire, the element of fire, the lion. I mean, this is kind of like Leo energy. So we're talking about bridging the gap, or the bridge between what it is you want, what it is you're creating. I think for you guys, that's going to be the main focus. So let's find out. It feels like desires, drive, passion, what you want or are willing to go after. It's giving me competitive type energy, but not in a bad way. It's more like drive, being driven. Okay. Own your dreams. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Group number 3, for you guys, the message is right away, very clear. Going after your dreams, not backing down. The crown, the word crown here, and the lion, it feels like regality. I'm hearing pursuing your dreams. Yeah, own your dreams, but pursuing them, going after it. Start doing things you love. So start by doing things you love on a weekly basis. Tracking what feels right, I just heard. Pursuing your passions. Yeah. Mix it up, I heard. Mix it up. Try different things. See what sticks. Feels like kind of throwing spaghetti at the wall for some reason. This is what I'm getting. It's like just experiment. Try some things. See what sparks your interest. See what gets you a little bit closer to your dreams, your passions. And if you don't know what those are, I think that's part of the experimentation process. But for some of you, you do know what this is. You do have a very clear dream. And the message here is about actually just going after it by doing those things. Yeah, it's like bold energy to just do it. Be open to whatever comes next. You got growth, beautiful growth here. Be open to whatever comes next. I feel like you don't know what's coming next, and I think that's actually not a bad thing. The crown is standing out to me again. Crown chakra could be significant, but it's more so reminding me of regality. Sovereignty, possibly, yes, but I think it's very much like this willingness to go after what you want, to get what you desire, I heard. Yeah, to get what you desire. Dandelion, that's lion energy again. So the lion energy is significant. I am filming this in Leo season. Okay, lion, Jupiter, Uranus, Moon, Libra, Sagittarius could be significant here. Okay, so dandelion is a seeker and visionary herb, offering guidance through times of transition and psychic expansion. It cleanses excess earth and water. So it's for restoration and transition. If you guys are interested in this dandelion tonic. Ooh, I didn't mean to say toxic. So maybe there's some detoxification that's going on here. Yeah, cleanses. There's some cleansing happening. And as that occurs, I feel like there's this desire, this drive, this passion, this seeker energy, this visionary within you that is awakening, that's bursting forth, that's taking any challenges that you've been faced with and pursuing things despite that. You know, like how dandelions can grow through concrete. They proliferate wherever they happen to be. So there's something about you not letting challenges or obstacles hold you back. It's like fighting for what you want, showing up, even if it means being in competition. Yeah, it's more so about you doing what you love, but I think part of that you will have to face some kind of opposition to that. And you have time. Wait, what is it? Mercury, Venus, the moon, and Gemini. For ease of breath, thyme fermentation. The ancient Greeks used thyme for mental acuity and vigor. A key respiratory herb, it strengthens the lungs, warms and dries excess phlegm, and expands the breath. Other species of thyme, including Thymus precox, could be used in the making of this remedy. What's this one talking? Hold on. Warms and dries excess phlegm, and this one cleanses excess air and water. Yeah, the lungs remind me of air, and then phlegm is like water. So there's something about air and water here, and this is fire that we're talking about. So maybe too much air, like being too much in your head, and too much water, too much in your emotions, in the negative sense of both of those, is being cleansed or purified or detoxified from you so that you can feel strong vigor, passion, drive, and not have any of those inner obstacles or outer obstacles hold you back from that. I'm going to go back in with this deck again. Yeah, crown chakra could be significant. Walnut. The sun, Mercury, the moon, Leo, Gemini. Okay, Gemini, so like a lot to do with the mind, communication. Mercury is communication as well. Notes and stuff. So being able to express yourself here. Being able to show up boldly. I keep hearing that. Okay. Nocino liquor to eliminate parasites. Wow, yeah. Walnut is an anti-parasitic and tends to kill life around it. A tree of Persephone, it is linked to the underworld and to rebirth. Energetically, it is protective and assists with transition and change. The nuts of the black walnut, native to North America, can also be used to make this liquor. And it's warming and drying too. So there's a lot here to do with warming and drying energetically, physically, possibly as well. It's like there was something here that it's like needing to be cleansed away. Anti-parasitic and tends to kill life around it. Feels like a bit of temperance here, tempering the fire within you, using it for the right reasons. I'm hearing using it for the right reasons. Okay, agrimony, Jupiter, Moon, Libra, Cancer. Agrimony, essence to relax and calm. Agrimony aids in the release of nervous tension. As a flower essence, it supports expression and acknowledgement of trauma, particularly for those who hide behind a mask of joy and distraction. Wow, okay. Cooling and drying. So it's a lot to do with drying. So it feels like there was some emotional blockage here, group number 3. And the bridge that's helping you get to the other side of this, to get to what you desire, is being able to address what was holding you back emotionally. And it could be trauma from the past that allowed energetic or other types of parasites to kind of latch onto your energetic field or even in your body. And let me put it this way too. If you have parasites in the body, you also have parasites energetically because they're the same energetic signature. and vice versa. So being able to do some kind of a cleanse, a detoxification, because there was some kind of emotional toxicity here, and it could have shown up in the mind as well. I'm seeing those two kind of being overlapped, or they're intertwined is the way they're showing it to me. It's all tangled up, the mind and the emotions. And what you're doing here is kind of like burning off the excess. And they're showing me something heating up, and then it's like that phlegm in the lungs just being kind of burned away. So any of this toxicity that was kind of keeping you stuck, stagnant, I'm hearing the word stagnant waters. They're showing me like a marsh now, clairvoyantly, like like muddy swamp. Yeah, that's very wet, very dense, very sticky. It's like and then you bring in the sunlight. The Leo rules the sun. Maybe you need some more sunlight physically, even group number 3. But there's something here about like burning it off. You're burning it off. You're getting clear. This could even be to do with exercise. I did see the bike earlier, and Leo and the 5 of Wands can talk about that. So maybe even like burning off some toxins. You know, when you work out and you like sweat out toxins, you sweat out things. Yeah, because you're getting fire back in your body. You're getting the blood pumping. There's something about that. Oh, they want me to go in with this deck again. Okay. Vigor. I'm hearing the word vigor. Always take the scenic route. Wildflowers. Something about this box is standing out to me. Oh my God. You know what the telephone booth just reminded me of? The scene in Anchorman when Ron Burgundy's in the he's in the telephone booth. He's like, I'm in a glass case of emotions. I feel like this is kind of where you've been at some point or another here, group number 3. It's like you've been trapped in a glass case of emotions, drowning in it, you know, and it's like overwhelming. And you're needing to, you're bridging the gap now to get back to yourself, to find yourself again, to renew your passion for life. It's like this fiery drive. It's giving me Mars energy, like astrologically Mars. It's a planet of fire, the sun also. So Mars and the sun are significant for you guys right now. Be you bravely. Yeah, because it helps you be brave, to be bold, to take action, to physically move. You've got dance here as well. Getting outside of this glass case of emotions, getting free, being able to move, being able to shed your skin. The lobster here just stood out to me. So it's kind of like shedding your old shell. The lobster here reminds me of, you know, in the moon card, the moon is very watery and obscuring, emotionally ambiguous, I'm hearing. And the crayfish, it's not actually lobster, it's a crayfish in that card, but it's kind of the same thing. Freshwater versus saltwater. There's this emerging of the thing from the depths that you have not wanted to see. So it does feel, group number 3, like we're talking about some kind of low-level spiritual or psychic or psychological trauma. Something that was in the subconscious mind and possibly even trapped in the body. It would be, right? Because if it's in the subconscious, on some level, on some layer, it's in your physical body. Because they're connected, and emotions get stored in the physical body and can cause, it feels like Ayurveda almost. I'm not like well versed in that, but there's something about dampness that they're talking about here. And it's like you've become too damp energetically or physically, and you need more vigor. You need more heat. You know, maybe it's like eating spicy foods or going for a run or just like physically moving your body in some way or renewing that passion or that drive for something that you like, literally just doing something you love. Especially if it requires you to physically move and take action, even better. This is going to help you to face, I'm hearing face off, like in face off. No, but you're going to like face off with some fears or something, and you're going to see how strong you are. They're showing me battle ropes. Oh yeah, that's like at the gym. But no, they were also showing me like battle sticks like in the Five of Wands, where you're kind of like hitting up against. You can defend yourself more. You've got strength. Yeah. And it feels like this is helping you to shift into a new timeline. I just got, okay. It's not what I was going to say, but that's what came out. Wow. Okay. So the bridging of the gap here, group number 3, is you getting into a new timeline as you're doing some level of healing work here. Emotional healing, mental healing, physical healing. I think it's all connected for you. And as you're doing one sort of layer of that or the other, it's all having a positive ripple or domino effect. So if you start healing emotionally, it's going to help the mental and the physical. If you start healing the physical, it helps the emotional, the mental, etc. And it's getting you free, first of all. Second of all, I think it's going to help you have clarity on what you want and being open to whatever comes from that. So not feeling limited anymore by your physical body or by what's been going on emotionally or mentally. It's like you are now free to be able to pursue. And I feel like if there has been depression here, let me just say, I just picked up on that also. Wasn't getting that before, but I'm seeing the connection now logically as well, but I just got it intuitively as well. So if there has been depression here, that is a heavy thing to carry. It can really sap your energy. It can really it can feel like you're walking through a swamp, a bog, it's like you've got your rubber boots on and the suction is like pulling you down and it's hard to move forward. It's hard to get towards your dreams or to even feel enlivened or invigorated by anything at all. Everything becomes kind of like drab. So there's a movement out of that. I'm hearing deep spiritual healing, and there's also saying the word profound. So deep and profound spiritual healing here that's happening at this psychological, psycho-spiritual, physical. It's literally like all three for you. Group 3. Group 3, it's all three. Mind, body, and soul. And as that connects, merges, as you're doing this healing work, whatever it is you're doing, I feel like for a lot of you, it's going to be about getting physically active. But yeah, because it will help to move the energy out. It will help to move the water out of the system. Something about the water, the stagnant water specifically. And then it helps you grow. It gets you free. They're showing me all the flowers here. So yeah, you're going to blossom and bloom and feel nurtured, tended to, as though you can be free to be yourself is kind of what it feels like. Is there anything else you want to bring through? Yeah. Okay. We're going to go in this. I wasn't expecting this deck, but it just kind of pulled me round and round. This is a growth cycle for sure. It may have felt like you were stuck in a cycle or a karmic loop around this pattern, but you're getting, a larger perspective on this, or you're seeing a new layer or level of the puzzle. Wow, we've got a couple more, a bunch more. Let's see. I saw 1717 on the recording time. To be fair, karmic justice, karmic balance. I'm hearing limitations of the past will no longer be obstructing you. All that glitters is not gold. So choose what you love for you. I feel like that helps to balance things out. And chop wood, doing a little bit of the dirty work, doing the physical things, doing the mundane stuff. Like could be just getting up and going to the gym or going for a walk or going for a bike ride or doing something that maybe you used to love, but you kind of lost your zest for it, and it'll kind of like slowly come back. Or it could be about just like stretching or connecting to your emotions on this more mundane sort of like daily level, starting a journal, just doing something that it might initially feel like a slog. It might initially feel like, oh, I really don't want to do this, but it's going to help. It's going to shift. It's going to be that bridge to the other side, and it will increase your speed. I'm hearing. Yeah. And the example that keeps coming to mind is like going to the gym, and it doesn't have to be that literally, but that's kind of that's what I'm seeing here. And I know for me, it definitely helps. And it gets me out of depression in a big way. It's kind of like medication. Going to the gym is like medication for my brain, and for my body, it helps to release a lot of pent up energy, a lot of like pent up emotions, or even things from the past. So it helps, but it's really hard to find the motivation to initiate when you're in that swamp. And that's why I think that the thing that's going to bridge here is not needing the fire to be there as the motivating factor. It's kind of like do it, like drag your feet, but do it anyway. And then as you do that, you'll start to love it, and then you'll want to do it more, and then it frees you. And there's something about building confidence here and being willing to, go the scenic route. Like not all that glitters is gold. So you don't need to do it the quick way. You just need to do it. That's the message here, group number 3. And as you do that, things will become lighter. You will feel freer. You will feel healthier. You're doing a detox, and it's not like a 3-day cleanse. It's like, this is maybe like months of work, but it's going to be worth it. Yeah. I'm hearing that really strongly. It's going to be worth it. And then once things start blooming, it will increase in speed, because things kind of like compound on themselves in a positive way. It's like an upward spiral or a positive snowball effect, you know? That's what balances out the karma and gets you out of this freaking swamp. It gets you unstuck. It gets you remotivated. It makes you feel alive again. And that's a beautiful thing, because that's what you're here to be, is alive. Okay, group number 3, I think that's the message Spirit wanted to bring through for you today in regard to this bridge. So embrace the slow growth, whatever it happens to look like, even if it starts out mundane or kind of drab. Eventually, with enough time, take your time, you will start to see things shift. You will feel different, I'm hearing. You will feel different. So just keep using that will when the motivation wanes, because your will can help kind of push you through that resistance a little bit there. Okay, do it for you. I'm sending you lots and lots of love and energy to help kind of oomph you into the initial action here, and then get the momentum or the inertia going from there. I hope you guys enjoyed the reading. Take what resonates and leave the rest. If you guys are looking for more in-depth personal information or readings or insight into what's going on in your situation, I'm offering temporarily personal readings. They're video recorded readings, 20 minutes or 45 minutes are now available through my website, which is linked in the description box below. And if you want to dive even deeper here on the channel, I do have soul tiers available. So the soul tribe tier and the soul family tier, which will get you access to different levels of the membership perks. There's additional weekly readings and a whole cache of other pick a card readings I've done for the members, and monthly live streams as well, where we channel downloads and bring through energy healing for the members to support the spiritual development of the soul family members. You can figure out all of the information or things that you need through the description box below. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all of your support here on the channel, and we'll see you in the next reading.